What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is a very much an impromptu thing. What I have here is a bag of wheat pennies. Now, when I say a bag, I mean a bag, not a little plastic baggie, not something like this, but a true, genuine, monster freaking size bag of wheat pennies. Now, the person that I bought this from told me that these are, and it's unsearched. Now, we're going to dig through this and we're going to find out just how unsearched these wheat pennies are. Now, again, when you're looking at this bag, hey, coin junkies, Siren Silver Stash, how are you doing? Yeah, this is not a little bag. So here, I'm going to pull this up. That's my hand. So this is 2,500 wheat pennies. Now, this has not been searched yet. And if I pull this back, this is quite monstrous. You can see it still has the band on there from the dealer indicating that it hasn't been opened. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. I'm going to reach in, grab a few, throw them up here. I'm going to be putting the scope up and we'll just kind of go through and see what I can find. I'm really going to be just doing kind of a cursory review of some of them tonight. If there's anything interesting or stuff like that, I'm not going to be digging too deep into them, mainly because there's just too much to go through, and I've got to come up with some sort of organization to better define it. Okay, so it is now undone. I am officially opening it. So, Coin Junkie, I appreciate you stopping in. I watched your stream just a few moments ago. I liked the little banter between you and Paula, but I'll tell you, I don't know whether it's 8 or 9. I was kind of leaning towards 8 when you said that. Now, see, these are always, oh, look at this. Right off the get-go, we got a really nice, shiny one. So I've got to turn my lighting up in here. So let me turn the lighting up real quick so that I can get a little bit better. There we go. So if we put this next to one of the other ones, you can see it's nice and bright. So that's a 57 Philly, but these are all wheats. So I'm just going to reach in. I'm going to grab a couple handfuls. I'm going to throw them out on the counter. Now, I don't know what's in here. And according to the person that I bought these from, they are supposed to be unsearched. So the comment said, yeah, you know what? It could be an 8, and I'm crazy. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Carrie Z, thanks for popping in. I appreciate you guys coming in, showing the channel some love. I'll tell you right now, I am terrible at doing chat and this. I will try to do both of them. I'm going to go ahead and throw my other scope up here real quick. So let me go ahead and set this scope up here in my camera. Let's see if I can get this. All right. So the first one that I pull up is a 1954S. See if I can get the lighting a little bit better on this. Get the light away from there. Not quite better, but it's a little bit better. But again, I'm not going to be digging in too much. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. See if we can see anything. But hey, Minnesota Matt, thank you for popping in. I appreciate you stopping by, showing the channel some love. That's very nice of you. So again, not in bad shape. For the first coin to pull in, estimate mark is always good. 54, I'm expecting to see a bunch of 50s in this. This is the other one. This is the very first one that I pulled out of the bag. And it's in pretty decent shape. There's a little damage on the rim, but again, I'm not looking at I'm not really looking too much at the specifics in this. I'm just kind of looking at the dates. Now, because I need a lot of light, I'm just going to be looking at the dates here, kind of classifying, kind of seeing what we have. And I'm just going to be mounting them up. So you're going to see not every coin, but almost every coin, because I've got to use the scope in order to see it. It's what happens when you get old. If you guys happen to see anything when I do it, just holler at me and let me know. Red, brown, and gold. We got another S. That's a couple of S mint marks. I'm really happy with finding S mint marks. It makes me happy. So we'll be separating these out. Again, I've got to do some sorting on some of these, but I just like going through coins. So I wanted to go through this. I like finding 37D. That's a good one. Now, they're supposed to be teens through 50s. So it wouldn't surprise me at all to find some early dates. I'm really not anticipating finding anything really good. But, you never know. You may get lucky and find something cool. I am liking the fact that I'm finding all mint marks. That's usually a pretty good sign. I'm going to try and stack these up to where I can have all the mint marks so that when I put these all together again, that when I go through. So how's everybody doing tonight? What are we looking at? Man, I get a lot of 41s. Anybody else got any other cool plans? And coin and card hobbyist Amanda, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you being here. Again, I'm terrible at trying to do multiple things at once. I actually need to get better at coordinating some of these, making sure that I have people with me to do this. I'm slowly getting there. Hi, Carrie Z. Well, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you stopping by and keeping us company while you're at work. A 36S, that's nice. I'd be really, really happy if I stumbled across the 31S. Of course, I think that any of us would be happy to run across one of the more common dates or the more rare dates. 44S. I am finding a lot of S mint marks. And again, that makes me happy because if this were searched, I think a lot of the ones that I find, you don't see a lot of the S mint marks. So if you buy bags from places and they say they're unsearched, one of the things that I found is that you don't find the S mint marks. You're finding basically P's and D's. So it's really kind of reassuring to me to see out of the first 20 coins that 5 or 6 of them have been S's. Then I found an S in 30, 40, and the 50. Again, another 54S. So Siren Silver Stash, how are you doing? I appreciate you coming in here. And if anybody wants to come up, hey Jody, how are you? If anybody wants to come up, let me know. I'll go ahead and throw the let me just go ahead and do that now. Hold on just a sec. Let's throw that on in here. If anybody wants to come up and just chat and visit, this is really kind of informal stream today. I am just basically going through these. So if you want to come up and pop in and just visit, say hi, do some chat, then come on up. I would appreciate it. Any company is great company. 57s. I'm expecting to see tons of 40s and 50s. That's going to be expected. I would like to see, hey, There she be. How you doing, Paula? You want to come on up and keep me some company? I know you're off, but if you want to come up and just chit chat, that's fine. I won't be asking questions. All I'm doing is going through this 2,500 penny bag and just kind of hoping we can come across something decent, find some sort of better dates. So far, I've found 30s, 40s, and 50s. Haven't seen any 20s or teens yet, but we will look and see. Victoria! Holy smokes, everybody's popping in here. Man, I'm feeling the love. Victoria, if you want to come on up, come on up. Let's chit chat. There she be. How you doing, Paula?
How are you?
I'm good. I got 5,000 wheat pennies in
Holy
today.
moly.
And so I am just going through, and they came from a dealer in Colorado who said they guarantee teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Nice. Big Flip had a bunch of those he was selling.
Well, that's where I got them.
Go figure.
And so he's the dealer in Colorado.
Yeah.
And so I need to be very good about spending because we got this big St. Jude thing coming up.
Yeah. Man.
So there's the 28. So I've got to be careful not to do that. Plus, I have some house things I need to do. You know, that's the pain in the butt of owning a home.
But I'll tell you right now, I am not going to stand on my head to look at your coins.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm sorry. Let me do this.
One minute. I can't. I don't bend that way. I don't bend that way anymore. I'm sorry.
Hey, Paul Casper. Hey, well, Angel said differently.
Yeah, well, she would.
I always look at the coins upside down because I feel like when I do that, I don't get as much refraction with the edging.
Yeah.
So, like, if I look at them upside down,
you do whatever's easiest for you. I'm just teasing.
Well, no, but
if you have a question on one, you can turn it around.
Well, it's funny because I just always look at them upside down. I never even equated that to what y'all were seeing. So that's the part about being a retard.
Hey, Coin Junkie, long time no see.
Yeah, you haven't talked for a long time, I hear.
A long time.
So we were just mentioning that when he first popped in. I don't know, and I didn't say hi, Paul Casper. Paul, thanks to you for stopping in. I don't know whether to say that is an 8 or a 9.
That is it. Anyway. Anyway, so a question for you.
Yep.
Why are you just looking at the dates? Are you just looking for specific dates to put in your book, or what are you looking for there?
So what I'm trying to do first off is sort them out by decade.
Oh, gotcha. Good idea.
So, and then because I'm sorting them out by mint, mark, and decade.
Mm-hmm.
So then I can kind of put them all in their little bags, whatever. And then when I want to go search, I know exactly what I'm looking for each one.
Good deal.
Because if I was to try to do this and look for every one of them, I'm not going to see hardly anything.
That makes sense.
So I'm trying to, I've been listening to people like Charles Daughtry and Eric Bayer and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They're like, if you're going to do this, it's really easy to do if you're looking at the same marks, if you're looking at the same, and I was like, I think that's what I'm going to do.
That is true. It is true.
So, and then if we happen to see anything really cool, then it's like, hey, go back. What was that? Hey, did you know that this and such, right? So, but how was your night?
Good. I am going. I'm glad for this little break because my kids and my grandkids are moving back in with me, and it's a mess. Like I'm having to move into my office and sleep on my hide-a-bed. So I'm having to move everything out of my room. And anyway, you don't want to hear my issues. It's just a mess. So I'm taking a break from packing up stuff. I have so many coins. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all.
Yeah, and oh, there's my first teen. Um, I still have a 25-year-old at home. I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine them leaving and then coming back because I,
Ugh, that's what they did to me.
yeah,
And I thought when they moved out, I thought, okay, I'm turning that bedroom. This one of I have two spare bedrooms. I'm turning this into my office. Then they can't come back. Well, that blew up in my face. Okay, Victoria. I know. And well, that's the thing is my closet in my office. I have put two bookshelves in there and
yeah,
for my coin storage. Well, now I have to move all that stuff out so that I have my closet for my clothes.
yeah. It's hard. It's hard when you gain space
Mm-hmm.
to have to give it back up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I
And I have
mean,
accumulated a lot since they moved out. It's amazing.
well, yeah, my wife and I were talking about that the other day. How it's
God.
like, how did we get so much? Ooh, 1919S. Okay, so this makes me happy. I know there's a lot of those, but if we're seeing S mint marks in the lower years, it makes me hopeful. Um,
That was really something watching him pick up those wheat cents. That was really something.
so I was messing with my oldest boy, and I got notification that the thing came in,
Hmm.
and I was like, "Hey, go get the mail."
Right?
And he calls me. He goes, "I think they glued it to the mailbox. I can't get it to move."
Hmm.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay. He's like, "You're gonna have to take your car and go pick it." I'm like, "Oh, come on, it's just pennies."
Yeah.
He did not think it was funny. Not nearly as funny as I did.
You did. Yeah, it's gonna be, oh my gosh, I don't even know. I bought 6 boxes and 4 big totes at Home Depot the other day, and I don't think that's gonna be enough. Whatever.
For all your coins?
Yeah, for all my stuff. Move your box spring. Well, unfortunately, I won't have a box spring because in my office I have a couch. Fortunately, I bought a really nice couch with a really nice hide bed that's got like the memory foam mattress and stuff. So that's going to be my bed. But I can sleep on anything and be comfortable. I'm not picky. But so I don't have a box spring. My box spring's going to be going into storage.
So it's not 20D. It's which year is it for the 20s? Is
You
it
mean 22 no D?
22 no D, and then it's the other one is what is it 24?
24D.
24D. That's the one I'm thinking about. Okay.
But nothing wrong with a 20D.
Oh no. Well, but and this is the thing that's making me happy is I've already found 7 20s and 3 teens,
Hmm.
and I've only gone through technically what would be about a roll, maybe a roll and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very encouraging that I'm going to find some decent stuff.
Nana wants
If
you to show the 454S again.
I've been seeing a lot of those. My problem is that I'm a younger guy with old eyes. So I have to look at everything under the scope to see the dates, unless I have a ton of light. Is that it?
I'm gonna go back and see what she's looking
What
at.
the hell is that? That's just corrosion? It's nothing. So does anybody want to come up? If you want to come up, Amanda, you're more than welcome to pop on up here and say hi, hang out, visit for a little bit. Victoria, if you're still here, you're more than welcome to come on up. Please visit.
Yeah,
I
just
would love.
don't talk our ears off, Amanda.
I don't think I've ever actually been introduced to Amanda.
Oh, she's a sweetheart.
I've seen her in a bunch of streams, but I've never actually chatted. And I'm still new. So I'm still meeting a lot of people. Small community, but there's a lot of people in the community. So I met a lot of great people. All right, Victoria, I appreciate you coming in. I really do.
Sounds good to see.
I was very lucky today in Ida's.
Yeah, I know.
It's the first time I won.
Is
And
it?
then, yeah, and then I won everything.
Yeah. Well, it's
It's
funny
like,
because if you listen to Roseanne, she'll complain because she thinks that people on the panel have an advantage. Whatever.
I don't understand that. How
I
can
don't
they have
know.
an advantage?
Michael Kittle complains too about it. It's okay. Because they think that because she has like a, what does she have, like a 20-sided dice or whatever, that we can put our answers in before everybody else and have more of a chance of getting like in the top 20 or top 10.
Well, okay, so the logic behind that is the only person who knows when they put go in is Ida.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, I know what she's talking about on that 54S. Yeah,
what do you
you got
mean?
it on that, on one of the 54S's that you already put up. It has RPM 003. Sorry, I had to go back because she said, "Can you put that 54S back up?" So I had to go back in the stream and look what
Oh,
you're talking about.
well, I've got a whole bunch of them. I can go back and look at them.
Yeah,
Maybe
go
I'll,
go back and put them up real quick.
okay, let me go back in.
Or you don't have to.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind. I just got to find out which ones are the 54s because I'm not separating them out by a year. Oh, it's
She's
52.
probably, no, go back, go back. No,
So what exactly are we looking
no,
for?
not that one. Let's see. That one, I think. Nope, not that one. Not
Nope.
that one. Sorry, I'm watching on YouTube, so because I have to be on StreamYards on my phone, I'm watching on YouTube, so there's a little bit of a delay. So hang on, let me see. Nope, not that one. Yeah, I know. It is a strong one,
57.
Amanda. Nope, not that one.
So what exactly are we looking for?
I'll show you when you pull it up. You got to give me a second because I'm on a delay here. Not that
Yep.
one.
Oh, no, 57. Wrong year. See, the problem is I can't tell. That's 51.
I know.
That's
But at
57.
least doing this will save you a little bit of time when you go back through them.
52. Yeah, well, and again, this is one of those things where, hey Angie, how you doing? DTS, thanks for coming in. I can't see what that one is. 55.
Sorry, you guys in chat, but you'll see when he pulls it up, you'll see why we got excited.
No, it's 58. That's 58.
Hi, everybody in chat.
So I'm trying to hurry and find these ones.
No, you don't have to hurry. I mean, you don't have to do it at all.
No, well, but this is the thing, I mean, it's good to, I have you guys here. You guys are saying, hey, go back, look at that. So I might as well use, is that 51 or 54? That's 51. It's 52. Oh, and I just knocked the stacks into each other. That makes
Oh
it even
gosh,
better.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We'll get through it. Let's see. No, it's 58. So I'm trying to set the 54s back.
Hang on, because I'm on a delay here.
Yep.
Nope, that's not it.
Oh, it's 57. Let's see.
Coin Junkie. Coin Junkie, are you still here? You'll see. That's it.
Okay.
So there is a secondary mint mark to the northeast. It looks like a little hook at the top. See that
Oh, I
little
see
hook?
that. You're talking, right? So let me find something.
Yeah, the
Something
little hook.
small,
The little
but
hook.
I can't show that on TV. Right there.
Yep, the little hook.
Very cool. So now I know what to look for.
That is RPM 003.
Very cool.
Look at the hook. Look at the hook.
So what other items would be here? So if you were to look at this, what other things would you look for? I mean, the hook is pretty clear, but
You mean what are die markers for that?
yeah.
Let me pull up the. So look on, let's see, small die chip on coat behind tie. I don't know if you would be able to see that. Probably not. So flip it over and go to the reverse and
Thanks,
see
Coin Junkie.
if there is a die gouge between the E and D of United. Now, a lot of times you're not going to find die markers on United. Yeah, there it is. E, by the E, see there?
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. That's a strong one.
Cool.
That's a nice die marker there.
Yeah, it's kind of coming out of the middle serif down all the way through the edge of the D.
Yep.
Gotcha.
That's
You can
good.
see much better there. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all doing that.
Well, thank
That was
Amanda.
awesome.
She was like, hey, go back to the 54S. I was talking and not paying attention to you.
Yeah, thank you, Amanda. I appreciate it. I have a difficulty with doing this. Okay, that's great. I have a
Go
look at
back
all
to
my
what you were doing, what they told you to do, because that, especially when you first are starting out and kind of coin roll hunting and everything, it is easier to separate them by date and mint mark, because then you get used to looking at all of the devices and the normal design and what's normal, how it looks normal on the coin. So when you see something that doesn't look right, you go, okay, that looks different, because you've been looking at the same year, same date, same mint mark, all the design and everything is all the same. So
I really appreciate you doing this. This is learning 101.
yeah,
And it's really cool because like we watching Coin Junkie just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, he's fun.
And going through, and it's like, oh, it's really clear. He definitely knows what he's looking for, and cool. He's got the resources and everything up. But I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm supposed to be finding.
It takes practice, takes practice. Most of us grow up never looking or paying attention to our coins, ever. We just spend them. And errors and varieties are a special niche in niche, whatever, in numismatics. And it does take a lot of study. A lot of people think they can just go right in it and, start looking for stuff. But the best thing you can do for yourself to save yourself a lot of time is study the minting process. Know how our coins are made. Then you'll know when you see something that isn't supposed to be there, whether it's damage or an error. And then you can learn how dies are made. And that'll teach you how double dies are made and RPMs.
Well, I just did a video on like the
I know you
overall
did.
process.
I know you did. I love that.
And so, well, and again, what I'm trying to do, because, when you were talking with me about NQ stubbling,
Hmm.
I was like, okay, so this is a really difficult concept
Yes.
to understand because you have to think of it inverse, right?
Hmm.
So if you think of it from the fact that it's opposite of everything you know,
Hmm.
then okay, I got it. I'm tracking. But how in the hell would I explain this to somebody?
Right.
Right. And so I really started. Now I'm looking at every one of these because now I know what to look for.
Well,
Um,
there are several different RPMs, so they're going to look different than that one.
oh, I know, but it's just
Yeah.
one of those things that I happen to know what that one looks like. So while it's in my brain, I'll be,
No, I love that you're doing that minting process because a lot of times teaching is the best way to learn something.
oh, yeah, I agree. One of the things, because I work process improvement for my job. And so one of the things that I do is if I'm going to be training something, I actually build it or I actually work through it.
Hmm.
And thanks, Angie. I appreciate that. Um,
It is
and
awesome.
and so what I've been trying to do, and I again I have to throw a lot of appreciation your way for pulling me aside and saying, "Hey, right information, wrong execution."
Yeah.
Because
Well, and listen, something might make everybody feel better about it is that NQ devices, for the most part, are new to all of us, right? I mean, they didn't really come along until the Shield sent, other than like the VDB initials,
yep,
and then or the state quarters, I should, or the not the state quarters, but the America the Beautiful quarters. But so it's a new learning process for all of us.
well, and again, if I can take things to the smallest possible element,
Yeah.
then what that's going to do for me is it's going to go, okay, so if I was going to explain this to my daughter who's 16,
Hmm.
how would I get it to where she could explain this to her 16-year-old friends?
Yeah.
Right. And so they know what a wave is. So if you take a wave and turn it upside down, it's opposite of what you're normally thinking.
Hmm.
And so now you're looking at NQs.
Hmm.
And so I had my daughter look at the video and she goes, oh, yeah, that makes sense. And I was like, okay, good. That makes me happy. So if she's understanding it, now I'm going to, that's when I tagged you and Sean and everybody and said, is the information correct?
Yeah.
And then the information's correct. It's like, okay, so now I believe I have a good understanding and I can share with people what that actually means. And so the video that I'm working on today, because again, I'm starting through the entire minting process and taking it down to smallest possible pieces.
Hmm.
So this one that I'm going to be releasing on Sunday is about the engravers, the sculptors who've done some of the most famous coins.
Nice.
Right. So let's talk about the artists. Let's talk about kind of, they were sculptors, they were minters, they were painters, they were drawers. And
Hmm.
so what do they have? What do they do in order to do that? What kind of stuff do they have? And then after that, the next one will go into, okay, so what does it actually take when it leaves the the artist table, right? They have
Hmm.
everything and they get ready to do it. What happens? And so now I'll get into, you know, how do you enter the information into the system so that it generates the code for the machine to create the master hub?
Hmm.
Once the master hub is done, how do they make a die? How do they make proof coins? How do they make reverse coins? How do we get reverse images? How do we get an image that's upside down and backwards?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because depending upon how you engrave it, the output is going to be different. And then we'll talk about the actual, and I'm trying to make it fun. So like in the last video that I did, you do the jumping elephant, how hard is it to take? Uh, uh, what kind of weight does it take? What kind of so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really trying to, and I say this sarcastically, but I say it seriously, is I'm trying to write everything at like an 8th grade level.
Right.
Because what I want to be able to do is I want my daughter, if my daughter is able to explain it to her friends and they don't understand coins, then you have to take it down to even lower. You know what I mean? And I don't
Yeah.
mean lower as in intelligence, but lower as in knowledge. So you have to explain things differently to people who don't have any experience in something. And so that's what I'm trying to do. And I think because that's what I'm good at,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to end up with a little bit better videos. I think I'll have some good content. And with all the tutelage that I've been getting from you and Sean and Coin Crew and Angel, and you know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
just, it's hard to fail when you're surrounded by such amazing people.
Aw.
As long as you're willing to accept criticism.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yep.
that was one thing that you asked me. I'm really glad you didn't take offense to this. But if I would have taken offense to it, who was that? 34. Had to think about that for a minute. So, is there something at 34? I'm looking for a 31.
Yeah. Philip, the
That's
board said he got your package. Got your package out. We'll send your
oh
tracking.
no. So this is a bunch of Mercury dimes.
Ooh. Nice.
So Philip is helping me fill my Merc dime book. Now, you want to know somebody that loves Mercs. And it's funny because, the video I did about Adolf Wyman,
Mm-hmm.
that was specifically targeted at him
Nice.
because he's like, oh yeah, he loves these coins. So I wanted to share kind of information in the background. So,
That's
but cool.
awesome.
Well, is that an error?
Hang on.
No.
No.
No, I mean, it's funny because you see people do that. It's like, oh
Yeah,
my
I
God, I
know.
found this error. No,
No, that's no.
I'm just joking. Yeah, not being serious at all. I had a buddy of mine call me and told me he found a coin for me, sent me to the site on eBay, and he's like, "Look at this major die crack," and it's like that's a scratch.
Yeah.
So, but it's funny
Hey,
because go ahead.
I just said hi, Philip. He said hi to me. Sorry.
No, it's all good. So, but does anybody want to come on up and visit? Say hi. If you do, let me know. I'll throw the link back up in there. What's his bucket? Just Stack It said he might come up and visit for a while. He had
Cool.
some stuff he was trying to do, so hopefully he comes up and can visit for a little bit.
Yeah, I can't stay much longer. I have to go get some dinner and get back to work.
No, it's all good. I appreciate you coming in, Paula, and
Yeah.
thank you for helping me find that RPM. That was pretty cool.
This is Amanda. She pointed it out. I'm just glad we could help for sure. It's
Thank
always
you,
fun.
Amanda.
It's always
Hey,
fun.
North Shore, I missed you coming in. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. R3D, thanks for stepping in, saying hi. I got a really nice compliment from him yesterday
Aw.
while we are in one of the streams. So, or him, her. I'm sorry, I just assumed him.
I always do that too, and I'm usually wrong.
Well, just ask my
Okay.
wife. I'm usually wrong too.
You yeah. Well, I could say something, but I won't, because I have no filter, and I'll just stick my foot in my mouth. Probably offend somebody, but I'm not going to say it, so it doesn't matter.
Well, you're not going to offend me.
He said, "You assumed correct, bud." Anyway, I need to get out of here. It was fun. I'm glad that you went live and got to come up and say hi and hang out with Jeff for a bit. So,
I appreciate you, Paul. I really do.
and you're doing an amazing job on those minting process videos. We used to do a thing called Back to Basics, so it's nice to see that back and somebody else doing it. Keep it up, and if you have any questions, you can ask anytime. So,
Well, I think I'm definitely going to be reaching out and asking for specific things because when I'm looking at this, there's a lot of good information, but there's a lot of slightly wrong information.
yeah.
And so I will definitely be reaching out for clarification because,
Awesome.
yeah, I want to learn, but I want to make sure that I'm not disseminating incorrect information. I don't want to be one of those guys.
Yeah, I know. And sometimes they try so hard and they mean so, and we all do. None of us are 100% correct 100% of the time. None of us are. And so much that goes on and has gone on with coins and errors and varieties and the minting process. It so much of that is kind of, I don't really want to say speculation, but it's the best term that I can come up with, because like if you read Arnold Margulies's book, he goes through the minting process, and there were even places at the mint that they weren't allowed to go in and see, and certain processes that nobody has been allowed to see. So they've kind of had to go off of just kind of limited information and understanding coins to kind of, speculate, I guess, on how
Yeah,
things
well,
happen.
that's where they get the term educated guess from,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you
Yeah,
have enough information to discern what you believe to be the most accurate response.
exactly.
And so
Use
it's
you use you use evidence-based numismatics, and that's all you can do.
It's another 1919S. That makes me happy.
There you go. You're
So,
getting a
all right.
nice variety of dates there, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I've gotten more than your standard search
Yeah, for
in
sure.
20s and teens. So I'm
Nice.
really happy with what I'm finding so far.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a great night. Have a fantastic weekend. Be safe. Have fun, whatever you're doing. And I will talk to you later.
All right. If I don't catch you, then I'll watch you on Monday.
All right, perfect. Thanks.
See you
Bye,
later.
everybody.
So, yeah, floor is open. If anybody wants to come up, just let me know that you want to come up. The link is up in chat a little bit, but if you want me to put it back in, I'll be more than happy to put it in. Again, just kind of a recap of what we got here. I purchased a 5,000 coin set of unsearched wheat cents. And I am going through right now and just looking at sorting the decades and mint marks. So I'm taking all the PDNSs through the decade and trying to separate them so that when I get ready to go through and look at the information or look at the coins, then I can have a smaller, more narrow focus when I'm searching for errors and varieties. R3D, I think it was too. I always enjoy talking with Paula. I like having the conversations. Again, if you want to come on up, or anybody wants to come on up, I'm going to throw that in here. This is just kind of, again, we're just looking at some of these. This is really roundabout. I'm only going to be doing this probably for another 30 minutes or so. And then I'm going to go find somebody else's channel and support them and watch some of their stuff. But if anybody wants to come on up, please click on that link and come on up and let's visit. Let's chit chat. I'm about getting to know people, learning about the history of their collecting. If I find a 22 no D, the stream may suddenly end. At that point, I think you will know. Yeah, what I'd actually like to find is I only have a few coins that I need to fill my book. I need 11S, a 12S, a 14D, and a 31S. And then I have all my wheat cents. So what I'm hoping to find is the lesser of all of those and find something like a 31S. Now, am I expecting to find something like that? Absolutely not. But I found a really good mix of coins so far. Bill, so we did find, I'll pull it up here in just a moment. Paula and Amanda noticed this one. So I'm going to zoom in this a little bit so you can see what we're looking at. See if I get nice focus on that. So if you look at the S, you see that little hook that's coming off of the S? That is actually RPM 003, I believe she said. And we just found, just by sorting the dates, we just stumbled across that one. Amanda was the one that said, hey, wait, go back. And so we went back through and looked at it, and sure enough, it was there. So that was a really good call by Amanda. I can't claim any credit for these. Yeah, it was really cool, especially because right now, really what I'm trying to do is, just sort them out so that when I get ready to do actually deep search, Coin Junkie.
What's going on, Mr. Frostbite? How are you, sir?
I'm doing really well. And actually, is that another one? Yeah, you're gonna pull that one back up.
Yeah, well, I managed to find my my Safari app or whatever.
No, it is not.
So
Okay.
I can do like a side by side and look up chucks and do a little bit of comparison, but just for fun.
I got you.
1949. Okay, let's get this here.
Yeah, see now, Philip, you're talking my language. That's a coin.
Mint.
I mean, I would love to be able just to buy a 42/1 Merc.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
But man, could you imagine doing a Merc search and you stumble across that baby?
Right?
Ooh-wee, that would be a lot of fun.
All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, but I'm really excited about that Merc dime that I have. That might be an FS listed RPM. That's got me really jazzed at the moment.
Which one is that?
I showed it just before I showed this 49, but here, let me see if I can get it to pop up once.
I seen the S. I seen the S mint mark on a Merc, but I was coming in at the very end.
Yeah, no worries.
So I didn't really get to catch that.
So,
and Philip is here. This dude is a Merc king. He loves those things.
can get in a little bit closer.
I think he's just a fan of Adolf Wyman because he likes walkers too.
Oh yeah.
And that's something that I want to throw out to everybody. If you're looking for walkers, like if that's something that you're interested in collecting, and you're looking for some book fill items, go hit Philip up, because he's got a number of them that, and I was looking at buying them. Unfortunately, I had some stuff come up here that prevented me from spending any additional money.
So yeah, this is the Merc dime here, and what got my eye was this little piece here and this little hook behind the S, but also the overall mint mark is extremely thick. And when compared to the 1940S FS 501, man, it looks pretty close. Even the positioning of the mint mark. So this would be my first Merc dime with an RPM, and it has the potential of being an FS listed coin too.
That's really cool. So I need to do this real quick and look at this and tell me which one you think this is.
Ooh,
Is this a 15?
18 maybe.
18?
Yeah. If I well, maybe a 15. I mean, it could.
I can't tell.
Does anybody know if there's a design difference between 15 to 18, and maybe we can match another part of the details? But what is that, like a grease filled? It almost looks like, or is it just worn? Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm thinking
Because it's got what looks like a flat top.
Yeah. Huh. That one's interesting.
But
Sure.
it kind of looks like there's more than one number there. But from that standpoint, it looks like a 5
Sure.
or a 6.
All the above.
I can't tell. Put in chat. What do you guys think this is? Yeah, I can't tell. Let me see. Oops. So that's a 15. That's a 15. Yeah, that's a 15. Don't you think?
I'll be honest, it's a tough one for me. For me, I still see, but maybe my eyes are biased because I'm thinking 8, so I see an 8. But I mean, maybe it could be a 5. It very well could be. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes what you can do is, as a, what kind of example? Like an 09, there are certain 09s that have a 2010 reverse, and the way you tell is by the swoop in the N on the reverse. So I'm wondering, is there any design changes like that from 15 to 18 that we can compare against, and then we'll narrow down which year it would be?
Hey, Josh 671, thanks for popping in. So you came here at just the right time. Does he have a VDB on his shoulder?
Ooh, look at the bottom of the shoulder, and
No.
yeah,
Does he?
Yeah, it's right there. I can see it.
Yep, right there.
VDB. Yes, Amanda.
So that would be what, 15?
That is sweet. Philip the Board, or is that Philip the Board? Yeah, Philip the
Yeah.
That is awesome. Very cool, and congratulations. This is if this turns out to be legitimately FS 501 for 40S Merc, that'll be my very first Merc with an RPM.
That's really cool. So I'm really happy with that because
Oh, look at so VTB started in 1918. So see what I mean? So that is most
so
likely.
then it's got to be a 1918.
And there you go. And that's how we figure out what's what. So that's awesome. Thank you, Amanda.
Amanda's so smart.
She is so sweet. She hooked me up with one of the nicest double die coins that I have in my collection. And I'm indebted to her because I love that thing. It's such a noticeable and drastic double die that just everybody that sees it falls in love.
Hey, just stack it. Hey, thank you for coming in, brother.
Yeah,
I got 5,000 pennies, and they're all unsearched wheats, and so I'm going to be going through and
nice, and happy hunting, man. Good luck.
Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 18s already.
Ooh.
And I've probably gone through the equivalent of about 4 rolls.
Okay.
So I'm really encouraged that I could find something decent. Um, and again, looking at items where I'm finding. Now, I want you to know, Amanda, every time I see 54, I have to stop and look at it. Oh,
Yeah,
that
sure,
one's
sure.
seen better days. But yeah, see, there's so much of this that you have to learn. You know, you hear people all the time say, "Don't search through coins unless you." Ooh, wishful thinking.
Yeah, you know what? I did it the hard way. I just kind of threw myself into it and started learning, and I made my mistakes, learned from them, and then move forward. You know what I mean? So don't
Yeah,
be scared of making those mistakes. You're gonna think that a lot of ND is double die. You're gonna think that die deterioration looks like a real double die because it's new. It's something different. It's something that caught your eye, and you know that it's not the same on other coins. But then you slowly start to get into the details of what a double die is or how it's made or how it compares from old coins to new coins because there's a different minting process. So there's a lot of little details that start to narrow down what's what.
yeah. It's there's so much to know, and it's just insane to think about the the sheer volume of information.
Oh yeah.
Um, you know, and you can have a really good concept of what something is, and a coin comes out, and you find out that. Sorry for all the noise.
No worries.
You find out that, oh no, I was wrong.
Oh,
That's not even close.
I think the first part of my career as a coin hunter was all that. You know, oh look at this die chip. Oh look at this MD. And then if it's not complicated enough to figure out what mechanical doubling is, then you find out that there's like 4 or 5 different types of mechanical doubling. So then now you have to learn all the different types of mechanical doubling so you know what's common, what isn't, what you know what I mean? But
Yep.
oh boy. And thank goodness for people like Chuck. And honestly, back in the day, the big name was you probably weren't around because he unfortunately passed away, but Mr. Ken Peavy. What an amazing source of knowledge. And he had such a way to really, I don't want to say dumb it down, but make it very easy to digest, very easy to understand. And he would do a lot of videos where he would use Play-Doh and then show you why a double die happens the way it happens or why you end up with extra thickness or separation or notching. And then you start becoming familiarized with all these terms. And then having an actual physical representation really helps, especially for somebody like me. That's how I do most of my learning is by looking, by listening. It just really resonates with me in that sense. But Ken Peavy, he was also one of the, I think, the originals that started the live Q&A with Paula and everybody else.
Yeah, I remember hearing when they were talking about their mentor
Oh, he was awesome, man.
and just listening to the stories.
Yeah.
But see, I started collecting years ago, and then had kids. And I just quit. I mean, it wasn't like, oh, I'll do a little bit here and I'll do a little bit there.
Oh, yeah.
I just quit.
Sure.
And then as the kids got older, then what I would do is I would go through and kind of look at some things and, you know, go check and see, see what the mint had out. But I would never engage in, I would never buy anything until, probably about 2 months before I started.
Yes.
Was talking with an old World War II vet.
Oh boy.
And he was telling me, because I was like, you know, well, do you collect coins? And because I'm thinking about doing this, and I thought about interviewing some older people, and and we just started talking, and he started talking about all these crazy things about what was happening during his time. So when it was what's the word, when an event happened or a specific key battle was happening, he would relate that to the coin. So he was showing me coins, and then he would talk about, oh, and in this year this is what happened, and oh, in this year this is what happened. And I was like, I'm talking about putting a YouTube channel together. I'd like to interview you.
Sure.
And he died 2 days
Ah,
prior to um, the time in which we were supposed to interview.
oh, it's so unfortunate.
And it made me realize really quickly that people have stories to tell,
Hmm.
right? And I want to hear them. That's why I'm here to talk to people.
Yeah, yeah, heck yeah. Hey,
I am here to get to know and to learn. I learned a long time ago that I don't know squat. Some people call me smart, but I'm smart only in relation to a few, not in relation to the many. Um, and so
sure.
I look at people that they have great teaching styles and stuff, and I want to learn from them. So I think what I need to do is I probably need to go back. There's still a lot of videos from Ken, isn't there?
Oh, I think so. And they tend to post one every now and then. I think they do like a little anniversary thing over at the live Q&A. And I don't know if it's specifically an anniversary thing, but I know they've posted one or two videos just in memory of him. And I've saved a few on my like videos and stuff that I go back and watch just to kind of, I don't know, I like to reminisce, I guess. He was a great guy, funny guy, a lot of good stuff and very knowledgeable, just super, super uh, enthusiastic about teaching others. So it made collecting fun. It made it easy to understand, and I'm sure that many of us can say that we owe it to him, and that we know what we know because of him. So I mean, it's just quite. I don't know if you want to call it like a legacy, but he touched a lot of people out there, and he taught a lot. So yeah, he's definitely going to be missed, man. I mean, he had an amazing show.
Well, when you mentor people like Blue Ridge Silverhound
Hmm.
and Shannon and um, Paula, and I mean Silver, it's like, what would it be? And I mean, when you talk about having impact in somebody's life, when you actually talk about
Hmm.
the the and again, you use the word legacy, and that's a great. I'm trying to get a few more up here. When you use the word legacy, it's a great explanation of what we have. It's basically all we have, right? Because all the coins that we collect, all the coins that we keep, we
Yeah.
can't take it with us.
Nope.
So what are we doing this for? If we're not doing it to better ourselves or to help people learn or understand, then really 1919D.
It seems like it is. Who asked that? I believe Ken's channel is still up. I just searched it on YouTube and it came up. So it looks like it's still up, guys. You can definitely go back and watch
Do you
the videos. It looks like.
do you have a wrench?
Do I? No, I don't know. Do I? I might. Yes, his family left it all. His video. Yeah, I just looked it up. It's definitely there.
Throw that link in there if you can. If you
Yeah,
can't, then
let me
l-
find.
let me know and I'll
Go to his
give you that mod status.
Then we go to his about, and then yeah, there's his link. Let me copy that. Okay, copy link. I'm coming, guys. Give me a sec.
Man, there was a lot of 30s in this last
Please.
grab. Yeah, Paul, I think that's what he's trying to do right now is he's trying to pull that out. Ooh, 1910. Yay.
So yeah, guys. Like I said, when I first got on YouTube, that's one of the first names that came across me, and then it's just like I said, the way he would just come on, spend. I mean, we're talking about hours. This guy was up all night, all morning, teaching us. Listen, this is why this is like that. This is why that happens like that. And if you send something in, he would look at it. He would tell you straight up, no, no sugarcoating. Nope, it's not that. But this is why it's not that. So he always took the time to kind of explain things, which I appreciated all of it. The fact that he was very straightforward about it, and also took the time to explain things. So. Uh, I don't know, man. I'm getting a little sappy, but I definitely gonna miss the guy. You know what I mean? He had an amazing show.
Wow, I just pulled 630s in a row.
Nice.
20D. Wow. See, I get really happy seeing some of these things because
Sure.
it makes me really happy about my purchase. Now, somebody asked me a minute ago,
Yes, sir.
and I apologize. You know, when your brain goes numb.
Sure.
So who was that? Angie, you asked me a question. Did you find these on eBay? No, I actually got these from Big Flip. So Big Flip had like,
Oh
oh
yeah.
my God, 8 bags or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. He did
And
a.
so he was talking about it for a while. And I finally
Mhm.
just said, hey, send those out to me.
Sure.
And he took care of me, got it taken care of. So
Nice. Yeah, I have a bunch of Wheaties too, and whenever I get a chance at the auctions, I'll get an original roll if I can. But it's hard, man. Some people really dig deep for those rolls.
yeah, well, again, I've been really, because they said that it's teens through um 50s, and they said
Uh-huh.
unsearched, and
Uh-huh.
it's like, well, okay, whatever. But I've already found like what nine teens.
Well, that was pretty cool. That RPM with that hook behind the S. Yeah, that was pretty sweet right there.
1917D. That's cool. So I've got 1917D. Hey, found it buried. Hey, hold on, hold on.
Hey, George, what's going on, buddy?
Okay, dude, pop on in here, say hi.
But no.
I love I love this guy. So you want to talk about somebody who's just, no BS, down to earth.
Mr. George,
Um, George, yeah, I love George.
is it no?
Generous,
Is it no
kind.
yes or is it no filter?
Say that again.
Is it no BS or no filter? Which one?
Combination of both. Um,
Combination.
he has a filter when he wants to,
Yeah, right.
but George is a ton of fun,
Oh, he is.
and I really enjoy. It's so the people that I deal with, the people that I work with all the time,
Yeah,
the people I like having on my stream, or the people that I go onto their streams,
sure.
it's they want to have fun, right? Hey, Doug, thank you for popping in here. Appreciate you. And that's what I want to do. I'm attracted to those types of channels,
Yeah,
right? I want periods of time where it's just give me the information, just give me the
sure.
specifics. But I come here to have fun. I come here for community, and I want to learn.
Well, the thing
Um,
is that my mom had this saying, and I don't know where she got it from, but she used to always tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. So surround yourself with good people, and you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna do good things. Do the opposite, and the opposite's gonna happen. So when you surround yourself with knowledgeable people that share a common interest, it goes a long way, and magic happens. To be honest, I've seen a lot of people do very well, learn a lot, score big, just all aspects of numismatics, and all towards a positive goal, which is collecting, having fun, and helping each other out. It really is shocking how awesome the coin community can be. Really does shock me.
well, and so you look at so Angie's been here. She's been watching the coins,
Uh-huh.
right? And it's like, hey, nope, that's what this is. Go back and look at that. What is that?
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that said, hey, go back and look at that coin. I would have never seen that. I would have never known what to look for.
Uh-huh.
The 1918, where we couldn't really tell what the date was,
Sure.
go back in it and look at that and find out what it is and identify it. And uh, that's really cool to me because it's a collaboration, right? It's
Yeah.
working with, man, I'm into a really good spot here because I found a lot of 20s and 30s in this
Nice.
last grab. 1913. I'm really happy with this bag so far. I can't wait to get into it and actually dig in.
No, that's good. I mean, you already pulled out 1 RPM, so you know they haven't been searched through heavily, right?
Well, yeah, and I'm not searching them. I am just we're
Separating.
just separating them right now.
Gotcha.
Um, but
I mean,
oh, did you guys hear about the two blades of grass that we're talking about the drought in Texas?
no.
One looked at the other one, said, "Well, with no rain, I guess we'll just have to make do."
Oh boy. The little do, right?
Oh, I love dad jokes.
Oh, I used to have one, but what was it?
There was an Indian head with a hole in it, my bag.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's cool. I like finding Indian heads.
Doing well, Georgie. Coming up or what? We're waiting for you, buddy.
Come on in, dude. And just stack it. Come on in. Pop in. Say hi. 1912. Man, there's a lot of good ones in here.
Oh yeah, what was that joke? What kind of room doesn't have any doors?
Mushroom.
Yeah. I swear I cracked up so hard when I heard that for the first time.
So I used to tell people, it's like, I don't like being somewhere where it's cold
Mm-hmm.
because once I slipped on the ice and landed on my butt, I hit it so hard my butt cracked.
Oh boy.
I like stupid jokes. If you are not a dad joke fan, all right, found it, Barry. Thank you. I eat your fill. Grab you something to drink. An adult beverage is recommended.
I ran out of adult beverages. I like scotch, especially a nice smoky scotch, but I've been trying to be a good boy and save money, so it's been a while.
I like malt whiskey. I'm a Jameson guy.
Oh, okay.
But I like scotch. The problem with scotch is I need somebody who knows which ones are good because I innately choose the wrong ones.
Oh boy.
Perry, there's my brother from another mystery mother. How are you?
Find out what works, what doesn't. Buy them all, and then you figure it out yourself.
Well, yeah, usually with me, it's like rum,
Okay.
right? Rum oh man, it'll mess you up quickly if you don't get the right type. Just stack it. What is up, my brother from another mother?
I wasn't going to go through these, really. I mean, I've fingered through a little bit, but now you're getting me a little jealous. I'm going to have to really go through them, but it's going to take a while. I'm going to employ my assistant to help me really go through and catalog mine, but I'm not actually keeping mine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and catalog them, figure out what I have, not planning on keeping anything unless I find something amazing. And then I'm going to actually attempt to see if I can peddle the rolls on eBay. I'm going to sort them and then randomize the rolls, so there's a spread of different varieties and estimate marks and everything else, and throw them on eBay and see if I can get much for them. But it's so much fun to go through this many. Oh,
I would say that 90% of my collection comes from, pocket change and rolls that I purchased. So I get it.
Well, and even at the end of it, I'm going to have this cool burlap bag, which now I'm thinking, like, what am I going to put in it after the pennies are gone?
Oh! Look at this.
Oh!
Well, it's 1909.
No.
Oh.
And that's in good shape.
Okay, so now, okay.
Sure.
This makes me really happy, guys.
Okay, so
so
you got to flip it.
No.
That's fine.
Okay. That's okay.
It's
That's
a shame, but
okay.
that's all right.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So yeah,
1909, and I've seen way worse. I've seen some really
yeah,
bad looking ones. That's in good shape.
that's in really
These,
good shape.
after looking through these, I mean, there are some of the typical, like I
Look at
got
the
one.
stocks on the back of this.
Still got full Wheaties.
Look at this.
Yeah, that's decent.
All right. So if I wasn't happy before, I think
You
y'all
are
can hear
now.
it in my voice. Wow.
Right on.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
There you
Okay.
go.
So
you can tell these have been sitting like in somebody's collection for quite some time.
well,
Sure.
yeah, and I mean anybody can see, and I need to stop and grab what I have here, and put them off to the side. Um, but I ran into just a few seconds ago a really nice patch of 20s. So I found like 920s, and then I found like a run of 830s. So there's a really good solid mix in this. I never expected to find a 1909.
Are you finding any like really nice like brown reds that are in good shape? Because I've
I,
found a handful.
I found a few.
There's
Um,
some surprises in there. You'll have to get through your bag. I kind of pulled random handfuls out at first to kind of see what I was looking at, and there were a couple really really bright ones
Nice.
that I was like,
yeah.
okay, they're 50s. No, one was like a 30 something. I put it back in the bag. I said, wait, I'll look later. But now I'm kind of thumbing through some, and yeah, it's a huge mix.
Yeah, here's one. Yeah, here's a nice shiny 30.
Oh,
That's pretty.
what grades? 67?
Yeah, it's probably one of the sweeties I own.
Now, do you I always forget to ask
Wow.
you this, Junkie. Do you primarily collect the US coins, or is the bulk of your collection Canadian?
Bulk of my best, but simply because you guys have most of the varieties. When it comes to Canadian coins, there's only a handful. I mean, you can probably count on two hands all the varieties that exist. So that's why I collect mostly US. You guys have RPMs, you have double dies, you have die clashes. I mean, we get a lot of the errors too. There are some die clashes. You guys know.
Hey, thanks for coming in, David Carlisle. Sorry, I have to say hi.
No worries. So there are some errors that we have down here, just like you guys, like some clashes and clip planchets, lamination, but nothing compares to U.S. coinage. I'm a big fan. I love finding RPMs and double dies, and so that's why my collection consists mostly of.
All I'm hearing is that your mint is better than ours.
Wow.
Mistakes are nice for collecting, but yeah, you would hope they'd be better at it by now.
You know what? There's definitely a few more errors in the U.S. mintage than there is in Canadian.
Right.
Here's another one I'll tease you with. Like, how do you get this? This technically shouldn't exist, right? It's a double die 95, but this is a multi-hubbed double die. So now, how does that happen when it's supposed to be a single squeeze situation where when they make the dies, they squeeze it once, but this one here has multiple. And here, I'll show you. 1 second.
What is multi-hub, you said?
So when they're making the dies, that make the coins, I believe it's called hubbing. So there's a master hub that makes a working die. So the hub is the process of making a working die that will eventually stamp out the coins.
Okay.
Double dies happen in between those processes. So it's not like when a coin is double died, it's not because it's being struck twice, because that would be a double strike, not a double die. So
Right.
this on the die that's being made. So this die right here will continue to produce things like this until it finishes its life cycle. because that is made into that die. And making that die, the process is hubbing. I don't know if Amanda can clean that up for me if she's still around, or Miss Paula, but I believe I'm within the realm of reason when I'm explaining this.
Yeah, so what you're saying is basically back in the day, these things could happen. But nowadays, with what we do,
Well,
how does it?
back in the day, it was a multi-hubbed process. So you
Right.
3, 4, 5 squeezes to make a working die, where now they switched over to a single squeeze. But if that was true, then this coin right here wouldn't exist, because you obviously see 2 separate squeezes, right? 2 separate prints that they pushed into that working die.
I don't know. Maybe
I believe after 89. So after 89 is when you switch from multi-squeeze hubbing to the single squeeze hubbing.
that's very interesting. Yeah, because you don't see doubling like that very often anymore.
No, and I mean, there's a few quarters out there, modern quarters, but like I said, technically not supposed to exist because it's supposed to be a single squeeze. Obviously, they did a multiple squeeze. Maybe the machine got hung halfway through and they pulled it back and re-squished it, and there you go. You have multiple hubbings, right?
Sometimes I think the mint workers like throw us a bone because things that we know shouldn't happen seem to happen quite often. So
Yeah, I'm with you there.
I'd like to think that they're like, yeah, we're going to throw somebody a bone here and do something weird.
Well,
And the mint probably knows that too. I mean, I don't want to say any of it's staged, but it keeps people interested. I mean, if they just all of a sudden started putting out perfect coinage, I think we'd all be depressed.
So have you seen, so this is, I kind of, sometimes things get out, but
yeah.
I think that some of these errors, they're put together.
Oh, for
Because how in the hell are you going to have a paper clip on a horizontal die? Right? I mean, where in the world is that going to happen?
I think it happens in maintenance. So when a person goes in to check the dies or on a die, you probably get strange strike throughs. You get either a paper clip or even a handkerchief of some sort. Maybe he puts it down. Now, whether or not it's by accident, I don't know. You guys, I think they probably are throwing us a bone, and they know people are gonna, or they're just being mischievous. I don't know. One example is I have a 52 proof here, and I'll put it under the scope, but this is called a super bird. And why? Because somebody at the mint engraved a little S on this bird's chest. Now, does that sound like an accident? No. There's the theory that it came out around the same time when the original Superman came out. I believe the same year. So maybe somebody was like a Superman fan and put like a little S on there. But like, how does that happen, right?
That's a S mint mark that somebody went in and messed with the master die. No, so I mean, but again, I think a lot of the errors are genuine errors, but there are some of these things where now I can understand some. Hey, Annette, thank you for coming in, my friend. I appreciate you being here.
Oh, and Paula's back. There you go. She's helping us out with the single, double, or whatever squeezes.
Hi, Paula. Yeah, but there's some of those errors that, I mean, come on. How in the world do you have a perfectly stamped washer in a penny? I mean, come on. I get that. I was like, I just seen that coin. If I didn't put it over in the pile.
Well, the other thing that you would think too is if maintenance, because I'm in maintenance and I've dealt in the past with hydraulic equipment like this.
Oh boy.
And so they like to do fun stuff and interesting things, but you would think they would keep it. But I don't know that they can because you have to get it out the building, right?
Well, yeah,
So
yes and no, because isn't there a silver penny that was struck and the owner or some sort of relative of the mint has both copies? So how did that happen? Unless somebody they knew did it at the mint, they're related to the person, and then they end up with the bloody coins, right?
Well, before metal detectors, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But nowadays you ain't getting nothing out the mint.
Well, there's where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, there
Mhm.
was a story where they had somebody who hollowed out the heel of their shoe and was trying to get out
Oh boy.
some air. So, I mean, it still happens.
Sure.
Oh, man, that had me nervous for just a moment.
Shenanigans.
Look at that.
Oh,
24S.
Still really nice.
yeah, I'm very happy. So, Paula, I don't know if you were here, but we did find a 1909.
Yeah, very cool.
That was just unreal.
And where have you been, Stacky? You've been hiding a little bit, buddy. I don't see you around as much.
Work's been killing me, and with all of that going on, it's been hard just to keep up. I haven't even been watching videos as much. I did get one out. What was it, yesterday?
Yep.
Okay.
I got one out yesterday. I'm working on some more. It's just one of those things, like life gets in the way, works, taking more of my time. It's not I mean, heck, my phone could ring right now and I'd have to go. It was important enough. It's the salary life, but when you're working remote, I've noticed there's not really a division between, because my desk is right there. So at any given time, if something pops up or my phone beeps, I'm inclined to go check it to not fall behind. And so, just works kind of a lot going on right now.
Oh, I'm in a similar boat. I 2 hours ago, and I had to go because an emergency popped up that I had to deal with, and that's the way it goes. But you know what? I'm thankful. COVID really messed things up the last few years, so it hasn't been as busy as it usually is. So now that things are starting to pick up, I'll take whatever comes my way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute my mic real quick because I'm gonna move some of these 40s and 50s out of the way.
Yeah, sure.
So the interesting thing about that is my company is starting to force the return to work now, which is probably a little late, but my role is remote. I mean, I'm like a regional, so I have to be centralized and then travel as needed. So my role is safe, but there's a lot of really unhappy people about that forced return to work. Going back to an office after getting to work at home for almost 3 years now or something is a hard change to swallow, especially when it took you so long to get used to working at home. Mm-hmm. So it's just real interesting. Like, what was it? Like 5-7 years ago, remote work was like this unicorn that, like, if somebody was actually doing it, you were like, how? What are you doing? Like, they let you work at home? Like, it makes sense. And now it's become so prevalent that, like, I think some people are kind of taking it for granted. Because I've thought about looking into other roles and promotions, but a lot of them would be, going back to being on site. And I'm like, and that's like the first decision to make is like, ooh, do I want to go punch a clock again? And
I that it was a bit. I always had my own like little conspiracy theory that this was a way for big business to kind of test out whether they needed brick and mortar. Like, why spend the money on real estate if you can get the same amount of production from home?
Oh, they could. If I started a business, like a real one, and had employees and things, like, where applicable, if I didn't need them there, I would totally do it because it's just so much better. As long as they were doing what I needed them to do, the job is getting done and they're not slacking. Where's the harm? Like, they don't have to commute. They have more free time. They're probably generally happier. I mean, It's a no-brainer.
Do a traffic.
The problem is all these companies already have that real estate. So all that time they were just paying upkeep and maintenance costs and rent and or leasing, and that was just a huge expenditure. That's part of the reason why they're forcing the return to work. They're like, we got to use these buildings.
Sure.
Found it. Buried is in the house.
Oh,
Hey,
who
guys.
knows this guy?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
Hey, just I'm good.
Hey,
Junkie, how are you, brother?
What's going on, my man? How'd you sneak in here from Canada?
I snuck in the only way.
You hopped that border, didn't you?
Yeah, buddy.
What's dude?
How's Philip? Hey, Paula, Annette, David, Carla.
I appreciate everybody coming up. This has been fun.
Oh, 100%. Very.
how far are you through the bag, Frostbite?
5 rolls.
Okay.
I just picked it up today.
So what do you guys got? Like, what did you buy? I missed all this. All right.
So I bought 5,000 pieces of wheat cents,
All right. So you got 2 boxes. Right.
unsearched. Yeah, from a coin shop. If I understand this, and you got 2, Matt, right? So if we recall this right, there were 8 sets.
Oh, I think more than that. I think he had 12.
How much did that cost, if you don't mind?
$359
yeah,
ship.
something like that.
$359 ship for 2 boxes.
Yeah.
Good, man. That's like $180 or whatever. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it really wasn't that bad a deal. That's why I had to jump on it.
Yeah.
Well, and I've already found a couple good ones, and I'm only a few rolls in.
Yeah, you getting any lower nice one mint marks on them or?
Yeah, like that one, which is a 1918S, or
That was a 38.
that one.
19.
All right. No, sorry, I'm lagging. Sorry.
Don't believe George. She can't see it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
He's just guessing.
Yeah, pretty much. That one there you just found. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 1909. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, in decent condition.
So-
At least a $10 to $15 coin. Yeah.
Yeah, this has been a really good. I'm gonna probably reach in and grab one more set, but this is it's been good. I mean, finding a lot of good varieties, PDNS,
Yeah.
a lot of good years.
Oh, that's awesome, man. If you're finding like S mint marks and you're doing
Everything.
it's awesome. Hey, Paul.
Yeah, at this point, I think I found every S mark for the 40s and 50s.
Mhm.
Crap. And you're in a couple rolls in.
Yeah, I'm probably maybe 5 rolls in.
Yeah. That's
And Paula and hey, John Howe,
Hey,
thanks
John.
for popping in and saying hi.
Mhm.
Paula and Amanda helped me find a repunch mint mark,
Yeah. That's
1954,
Nice.
and I wouldn't expect, I wouldn't have known what to look for. I'm just trying to sort them by decade right now.
true.
Well, I finally went and got myself a freaking scale today.
Oh, that's a lot.
Awesome.
After what? 3 years? I finally remembered while I was out.
Mine on Amazon. Usually you can find a decent deal.
Yeah. I think what just around $30 they cost. Canadian.
Yeah, I mean that's quite a bit for it. So I mean, you
So
can
like
get
$5 American.
Where's mine?
So I appreciate everybody coming up. If you haven't,
Oh, I'm glad
Yeah,
I already seen you on, man. It was all, I was like, wow, good. Thank God.
Heck
I
yeah.
was missing you.
well, I haven't done very much live. I've been like Matt, working my tail off, trying to get stuff done.
I
And
think
I've been trying to put out some additional content.
Uh-huh.
And man, I forget sometimes how long it takes to do video editing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to up my quality a little bit, and it's rough. Like even that last one I just put out, if anyone notices, it looks like I was kind of trying hard, not hard, but trying in the beginning of the video, and then about like 4 minutes in, like there's not really much else going on except for me talking, and so I was in my head, I'm like, people only get like 2-3 minutes into a video anyway. So like a few people will make it this far, but I'm like,
Holy crap!
is that another one?
That's another one.
Nice. There you go.
We're looking for the S.
Flip
Yeah,
it,
come on,
flip
S.
it.
Oh,
BDB.
holy crap!
I will say this.
David Carlisle's like, who's editing? Okay, let's do this.
Ding,
Nope,
ding, ding,
just a
ding, ding.
1909. No VDB.
That's all right.
Holy crap! That's the second 1909.
Well,
That's
I need the 14 frostbite and the VDBS. Okay.
I'll let you know as soon as I find them. And if my stream ends suddenly,
Yeah.
I'm sorry ahead of time.
Yeah.
oh, that's funny. I was surprised because getting these bags, I wasn't sure. You know, you don't know what you're gonna get, really. There's a lot more S mint marks than I was anticipating. I mean, I figured I'd have some. I was pulling out handfuls. So, and there is a Cole Indian head in my bag. I forget what year it is. It's like 1880 something, but it's got a hole in it, you know, fine. But so I have found one Indian head and one memorial cent. It was like a 1960. And there's no problems there, just one. But
Just put your notifications on, just stacking. I didn't have it on.
oh, no problem. Yeah, I've been slacking lately, and I've been trying to cut back on my shorts because I get a lot of traffic on my shorts, which I'm more than happy to. But the shorts people don't really come over and watch the videos, not a whole lot. And so I had like 1,300 some odd subs, and I'm getting like 200, 300 views on a video. I'm like, I need to kind of, roll it back a bit and force the video views a little more.
Yeah. Well, that's good if you get 200 or whatever, views on your video. That's really good.
Yeah, that is really
I
good.
think.
The most I get is between 50 and 60 on a video. Some of my shorts get up between 1,000 to maybe 1,700 is my top short.
Yeah, I stopped making videos. I went to shorts. I'm meeting so many people that come into my live streams now, and it's amazing.
But you know what? I totally get it because
over 1,400 subs in the last 2 months.
I'm a fan of the TikTok, and that's
1,400.
The most
crazy.
Those short videos. And I honestly, I'm on it all the time, and I get it. I like those quick little videos. Give me the meat and potatoes. I don't want all the filler. I just want to get down to the nitty gritty, and then boom, move on.
It's so strange though, because the videos are short, but you end up scrolling for like 45 minutes, like with in no time. So you end up watching longer, but you're watching smaller portions. It's very strange.
Yeah.
That's a second 1910.
1910, nice.
That's two of
Iron,
those.
you're always slacking.
Come on, 14D.
Smart out.
Well, I'm really quite excited about this bag because
Heck yeah, 1909.
I mean, two 1909s, found an RPM already that I hadn't done, but 1910, 1911, 17S, 18S, 19S.
See, the way I look at it is those three coins made up for a good chunk of whatever you paid. I mean, not that it made up most all, but it definitely within 3 cents you made a few dollars, which is huge.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's
You guys want to
Ooh,
see
what's
what my
that?
bank teller give me today?
That roach for a lamination.
oh sure. I think this is a parking lot coin.
Yeah, it got beat up.
Yeah.
Got me excited for a second.
No.
Well,
Check this out, Frostbite.
Say that again.
Check this out.
I don't want to. Oh, glow in the dark.
Oh, nice.
You bugger.
Look at the condition. The bank teller gave it to me today.
Nice.
Oh, hold on. So we were just talking about this, Paula, this morning. That's the one of the glow in the darks, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were just talking about this morning on Ida's show.
Oh, nice. Did she tell you I sent her one?
You said who won?
Ida.
No, that's really cool.
We asked, but she said, "Who's George?"
Yeah.
Just teasing.
Yeah, I sent her one finally.
Nice.
George out of the jungle.
Yeah, buddy. There you go. There
Watch
you
out
go.
for that tree.
What was your joke about your name, Frostbite? That your dad was Jack Frost and your mom was a vampire or something?
Yeah. My mom was that's exactly how I got my frostbite. See, there's somebody who actually pays attention to some of my stupid jokes.
Yeah, I tried.
25S, that's a nice one.
Yeah. And Matt just reached over and threw up in his trash can. So
It's I don't know how I'm going to sort all these. How are you sorting yours? Are you using like bins or what?
Grab, you know what I do? You know them tackle boxes with all the different
penny boxes.
spots in them?
Uh-huh.
That's what I use. I grab them.
Oh man, I have way too many to do that, man. I use 5-gallon buckets and they're everywhere.
I'll show you what I do,
So he is very coordinated and organized with his setup. So look at this. Look at how he's got this. He is extremely organized.
Yeah, right. So what I do is I put all the dates and I put them in bags. So when I get full, I just take the bags out, kind of thing. They're all squished, but
Yeah, that,
Okay.
here's all the 1920s.
you know how long it would take to do that with like 30 buckets worth of pennies?
I have so many wheat pennies. I got tens and tens of thousands of them. It's crazy. For a Canadian, I got a lot.
For an American, I think you got a lot.
Yeah, but that's what I used to do.
Yeah, exactly.
What you guys are doing. I knew a guy, a family friend that he had boxes of them.
Sure.
I bought them off him.
How much is I want to see how much this would be at one of the big bullion dealers because they all sell the pennies.
I don't know, but I think Wheaties usually in average circulation sell for minimum 5 cents a piece.
Okay, yeah. So Hero Bullion has them. They're I don't know. Sometimes let me click on this. Okay, so they're a little cheaper, but I gotta say, like, I'm kind of question like what the quality would be because even the ones in the picture look kind of beat up and dirty. So I definitely think we got a good bag, but I'll have to do that. I'll have to go through this, see exactly what I get, and I'll have Frostbite for another, kind of take on what a bag looked like, and then buy one from one of the bullion dealers and see what I get in there. I'm expecting the quality on theirs to be a little lower because I would think they would search through it for anything, high dollar.
And Philip Tybord says, careful, it's addictive.
Just
the only way to stop is when you go broke.
yeah.
Well, you don't go broke. You're buying money with money.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the problem. It's like you can always just move something from one form to another to, get into a purchase. The pennies are fun though because it's such a low cost way to get into coins. Like I'm actually gonna be really sad when they stop making pennies. Like I know the ones nowadays aren't as cool as these and not nearly as collectible, at least currently, but this is such an easy entry point for anyone. So when it's gone,
Exactly. I tell people that all the time, man. Don't start high money value stuff. Just don't do it. Because you'll learn a lot from just doing pennies, work your way up, and you'll get better and better at it.
Yeah. And well, with me and Canadian pennies, I mean, just the fact that you can walk into a bank, pay 1 penny for a piece of copper that's worth almost 4 cents of copper value alone. I mean, that just makes sense in itself to me, right?
When you guys melt yours yet?
No, but there's nothing that says you guys can't, right?
There's what I got today,
It's illegal.
Coin Junkie.
What do you mean? For you guys to melt our pennies?
Oh, yours? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's. I mean, I've seen people do it on YouTube. I've never seen anybody get in trouble, so I don't know.
What are they made of? Like, what's the percentage?
I think it's 98% copper, 1% tin, and 1% the other one zinc.
Zinc, yeah.
Hmm.
And they slightly vary from certain others, but that's generally the mix.
See, because I always figure if you take it to like a smelter, this is my theory, when they actually do the analysis of that, in my head, they're, if you brought in a bunch of copper and it was 95.5, like American cents, then I think they would know you melted down a bunch of pennies. So I don't know if the American smelters would be that smart to know these are Canadian cents that you've melted down. It's still probably illegal. I think it's shunned by pretty much everyone.
I don't think it would, because it's a discontinued currency for us, and then for you guys have nothing really to do with us. I mean,
yeah, we can. Yeah, the Canadian pennies, I'm pretty sure you can melt them without any,
and sell them for profit.
Well, in the States, I don't think it's a problem. Here in Canada, no, because it's still currency, right? It's just discontinued, but it's still considered currency.
No.
So
Yeah,
you would be
any ideas? You're gonna see me with a U-Haul van coming up,
picking up all the Canadian pennies. But you know what? There's different ways of doing it. Like I've seen a couple of smelting videos where you can refine copper by melting it and then using something called a collector rod. It takes away like the impurities and then only the copper is left. Or you can use acid, and acid will dissolve everything but the copper. There's a lot of different ways to purify it, but as of right now in Canada, we can't do much with it. But that doesn't mean it's not going to change in the future, right?
Oh yeah, I expect it to. Copper's gonna shoot up, and they're gonna need to.
Now, it's just under 3 cents. Converted to Canadian, you're almost at 4 to 5 cents Canadian for every 1 Canadian penny in copper value. So that's almost 5 times base. So even if, let's say, it finally becomes legal and there's a smelter that's willing to take them and even discount it because it's not pure, what, a penny or two, I still get 3 times face or something, right? So you're still making something. And for somebody like me, I'm not lying when I say I have buckets. I mean, we're talking about 30 or so 5-gallon buckets full of Canadian pennies.
Wow.
Or put them on eBay, man. You get 10 times the value.
And counting. And counting. I still get pennies at least once a month. I'll get anywhere from a few rolls to a box or 2.
Yeah, I just got these today.
Nice.
22 rolls.
And look, most of those look copper, to be honest.
Yeah, I haven't went through them yet much, so I'm going to have to check them out tonight.
Very nice. Well, good luck, brother. I really hope you do well.
Yeah, me too, man. It's getting slower and slower and slower. Like,
it is. I've noticed I'm not getting what I used to get, but I'm not going to complain. That's a lot of buckets.
Well, my sister, in the last month and a half, she's got me, 3 boxes in 1 bag. So pretty much 4 boxes she's got me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Bill, you and me both. I couldn't. I would have a hard time melting coins.
You know what? Oh, you know what? That one right there kind of looks like a lamination a bit. But anyways, when it comes to melting coins, no, I don't have a problem with it because not all coins are collectible. Not all coins have the grade to be worth keeping, right? Some years are very common and very roached out, so those are very easy for me to. I would have zero issues melting them. Plus, keep in mind the mintages. We've minted millions billions of these coins. So if we're gonna destroy a few, if anything, we're helping to add value because now we're making it more scarce.
Well, yeah, but the problem is that never correlates because it's not, unless it's a recorded destruction.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they still use the official mintage.
Well, that being said, there is a news article from 2014 that said, I don't know if it's a quarter or half of all Canadian pennies have already been melted. And that was in 2014.
Okay.
So, I mean, you cut the numbers in half, and then what happened from 2014 to now? How many more have been melted down for the profit of the government? It's illegal for us to make money, but not them, right?
Isn't it a thing? I know in the U.S. it's supposed to be. I don't think it's really followed up on, but coins are supposed to like be funneled out of circulation by the mint.
They are.
When they come back in, they're, that's why I'm amazed we find, the silver and some of the older coins that we do, because I thought they were supposed to literally like cycle them. Like a coin's supposed to have like a year life cycle of 60 or 70 years or something, and then, it's pretty much cycled out. But it doesn't seem like that really happens in mass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, you'd be surprised. I mean, so let's take on average the number of coins minted per year, right? So you're talking about 2 billion coins, 4 billion coins, whatever it is. If they melt 10% of them,
Mm-hmm.
what dent does it actually make?
Good point. Good point.
Okay. And so it's like, well, there's no way we're still getting all of these. Well, they could have melted, or they could have gone in and destroyed 30 to 40% of the stock. You're still talking about 2 billion coins being out there,
And
along with all of the others.
They're not sorting them, so they're just randomly grabbing, bins of coins and melting them down or whatever have you. Maybe they'd separate the copper, but I doubt they'd even take that, trouble. So they're just randomly destroying them.
Yeah.
So,
see, I don't know how any of that works, because then you hear, like, maybe I'm not smart enough to understand all of this, and maybe one of you guys can explain it to me. But when you hear about certain things like quantitative easing, which is printing of more money, what happens to that money? Where does it go? And what happens to the bills or the replacement or being?
oh, nowadays I think it's digits.
God.
I think it's just digits, right?
It's just numbers in a computer system, and that's
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, yeah, they would literally print more, but like now, that's just added expense, right?
click, click.
Yeah, all they're doing now is just moving the comma.
It's so
That's all
bad
they do.
when you say that, because it's
They just move the comma and okay, we got it. I say that facetiously, but I mean,
it's upsetting to hear it that way.
What upsets me is what gives them the power to our dollar, and then kind of like say, well, yeah, we're doing it, and you're gonna have to like it.
well,
So you save your money your whole life. By the time you retire, you have way less than you thought you were gonna, because you have nowhere near the same buying power. Plus, the government has been spending and doing whatever they want with it. So it's kind of like, well, what the heck? How's that fair? Or how's that pro the people of your country?
so if you didn't watch Matt's video, and I'm going to make a plug for your video,
Ooh.
this plays right into exactly what he was talking about. And one of the key factors that you have to look at now, there's a lot of ebb and flow on whether or not people like Dave Ramsey when it comes to stacking gold and silver.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I like Dave Ramsey's process for getting out of debt. However, sometimes I think he needs to update his material. Okay, but what he talked about, Matt was pretty clear on this. If you look at when he put this information out, which I believe, if I remember correctly, was 92.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see, I watched the video, and you look at the information that's there.
Mm-hmm.
That $1,000 by today's standard should be something like $2,200,
Sure.
$2,400.
Uh-huh.
And Matt's like, get the math right, dude. So it's $2,354. But when we look at the information, it's still stuck to the $1,000 because
Sure.
we don't update the way we think about those things.
Because
Right.
I don't know, to a certain degree, I feel like everybody's been brainwashed. Imagine now, the
You got exactly right, man. Everyone has been brainwashed.
I like the example where if you had $100 back then, let's say 60, or $100 worth of, let's say, constitutional, which one would have the most buying power today?
Depending on the situation.
Right?
Yeah, dependent upon the situation,
So
but I would say
they took
constitutional.
power from the individual, and then started just beating us up and taking away more and more of our freedom in that sense.
Well, look at what your country did to what do they call the truckers, and not only the truckers, but when whoever that was that started the actual GoFundMe for them to try to help tide them through because their money had gotten frozen. And I didn't know this until recently. They started freezing the bank accounts of people who were donating to the GoFundMe.
Yep.
So, like me at home, if I'm like, yeah, truckers, cool, I support you. Here's $20. Nope, we froze your whole account.
See, my problem with that whole thing is just simply who do you pick that? Because we don't know if the other guy or our other choice is any better than the guy that's running things now. So it's like pick your poison.
Well, I mean, let's kind of, we're right on the border of crossing into some nasty politics. And I don't mind having a loose discussion about it, but I don't want to get into policy.
Well, my point was the money. You're taking somebody's money and freezing it. That, since we're into talking currency and value and things, that's a frightening thing. Aside from the politics of it, I mean, just how many of us could stomach that? Well, maybe us with our reserves that we have in physical assets, but a lot of people can't stomach that. I mean, that's rough.
Well, I got you.
They're also not taught to save. How about when it comes to schooling, we teach people how to save money, what gold and silver are. Are those priorities? No. We're still
now. Okay, I want to capitalize on this point. Okay, because this is something that I feel very, very strongly to.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and this is something that. Whether you play the lottery or not.
Yeah.
Do you guys follow what's the physicist Neil deGrasse Tyson? Any of you follow him?
I wouldn't say I follow, but I like to listen every now and then to some of, because he comes off a little arrogant at times. But
well, when you're as smart as he is, I think you have the capability to do that. No, and I say that facetiously, but. When you're looking at mathematics and you're looking at fundamentals, if people understood true laws of probability and statistics, if they truly taught that in school, do you think we would have an active lottery program?
No. Well, I don't know because everyone knows. Now, here's the devil's advocate argument. Everyone knows the odds are in favor of the house at the casino, but everybody still plays. Now, the lottery is different. I'll give you that one because there's no real game there. It's just the hope of winning. But with a casino, you get some bells, you get some lights, you get a fun night, hopefully, that doesn't leave you crying. But there's an experience there. But everyone knows, well, all sane people know you're going to lose.
Uh-huh.
Well, and so there's a misnomer And so my granddad used to gamble, and he wasn't, I mean, it wasn't like a professional gambler or anything, but he drove truck. And so he was in, Reno and Fernley and Wendover and all those parts in Nevada and Utah. And so, well, technically not Utah, because Wendover is actually in Nevada. But when he would go to these places, he would play Keno and he would do stuff like that. And he would tell you that the win percentage for the house is only over the life of the machine is like 7%. And people go in believing that they have a 90% chance of winning. But what people don't understand is that anything can happen in the short term. Every single spin on a machine is an independent event.
Yeah.
A machine doesn't get hot. You just get lucky. Right?
Well, on the newer machines, I've heard contrary arguments. On the computerized ones, classically, I think you're 100% right. But on the newer ones, I've heard, again, I've not done all of the research, but I've heard that they can have programmable payouts. And
but that's like
a period of time. And so it's like a set percentage, let's say. And if the time's coming up and it hasn't kind of happened, it will make it happen because it has to.
Yeah. Now, so what you're talking about is time progressives. And so, or time grand jackpots or whatever they are. So they have to hit by a certain dollar amount. Now, what you have to understand about those machines is how were they tied together? So if you're looking at a bank of slot machines, it may not just be that bank. Have you ever seen the what is it called? The Wheel of Fortune big money banks, where there's like 60 machines that are all paired to it. But it's not the 60 machines. It's actually tied to 40 other casinos as well.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Right.
They're all together.
Right. And so when they're talking about, they have to hit by a certain dollar amount, unless it's a single pay or a single bank of machines, that percentage could be spread out to any of those participating casinos. So while it sounds like they have to pay out, it does not have to pay out on that specific machine.
Oh, no, not that machine.
And so
but it will pay out somewhere.
Yeah. Now, there are strategies to playing it. So understanding what your max jackpots are. So if you're looking at something like, a mega jackpot only gets to $5,000 and you see it at $5,000, well, then it can't get any higher. So that machine's more likely to hit that particular item, but it doesn't mean it will. There's a very, very small percentage that you have, but
sure.
So, but again, when you're looking at the percentages, your win percentage is not 97%. It's very, very, very small in retrospect. So I had studied that because I have issues with gambling because I don't like paying other people's light bills.
I have an issue with gambling too.
Yeah, you can't.
I mean, well, but the thing is that I am, casinos are targeted at people like me, right? Ooh, something shiny.
I like the shiny.
Ding, 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 ding. Ooh, that was
Frostbite,
me.
I got your mail. Your package you sent me?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I haven't got it personally in my hand, but it made it to Carrie's. I don't know if I told you that or not.
You didn't, but I got a package from Carrie, and I think half of the stuff came out because it was ripped, and I only got 4 of the 7 coins that she sent me.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
So but it's okay.
I'm surprised that, man, because she's Frank. She packs her stuff really well.
They were taped all the way around. It ripped in the. It's like something had dragged across the top of it,
Okay.
and there were 3 layers of cardboard that were taped together. And
Yeah.
one of the layers it had ripped. I don't know if it got ripped out or if it just got pulled out.
Wow.
The
So
machines, I hear a lot about the machines too.
they
They'll
can
just
do it.
put stuff
Yeah.
in the machines.
Yeah, especially if you're sending a really nice coin.
Man, that's what.
Actually,
What you guys
put
think
on the label, do not run
I
through the
tape it
machine.
up. I use a little bit of cardboard. I try to seal that sucker up as best as I can. I tape things down to cardboard so it doesn't rattle inside the package. And then I put whatever I can for insurance. If anything goes wrong, you know what I mean? Hopefully it's covered.
And we're lucky we got automatic $100 insurance on anything we send.
Yeah, we do too.
Nice.
Oh, well, if you're here and you haven't already done so, and I'm not looking at the thing, make sure you smash that like.
25.
I'm thinking that it's time that we actually give something away.
Oh, wow.
So
Ding, 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 ding.
what do we want to give away? You know what I want to do?
Couple ounces.
Okay, well,
What?
here's a couple ounces right here.
Okay. Woohoo.
Let's do this.
1909. That's a nice.
Let's do that. Why don't we give that away?
Yeah.
Everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
Who can run a race for me?
Not me.
I can.
People here. Really try
You do that for me, George?
Yeah, just give me a second, everybody. I'll get it
Oh.
set up.
that. Leave it to George.
Everybody, make sure you are putting something in chat because I am not typing out your name. Sorry.
So start
If you're here,
spamming chat.
type
Start
something
throwing
in chat.
information in. Just general chitty chit chat. And if you haven't already done so, go hit that like button. And I appreciate it. It definitely helps out.
Make sure you ring everybody's bell. I always do that.
Who just sang that?
Everybody.
Not me.
Because I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Ring my bell.
Oh, I have a box of toonies for later tonight too. If anybody's looking for some.
Are you going to go live after this?
Yeah, whenever you're done. No rush, though, buddy. Okay.
Cool. We'll come over and we'll spam you.
Okay.
And I don't know if I've thanked you, Mr. Frostbite. This has been actually quite a blast being up here chit-chatting with everybody. I really do appreciate it. And guys, just for the future, so you know just who you're talking to, I don't really get offended over really much. So when it comes to politics, coins, you, me, whatever, I try to respect everybody. So we're always good and never anything to worry about from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if you get offended by me, screw you.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like this. If you get offended easy, don't come to my live stream.
Oh, you know,
Tony
I'm
boy.
about having fun, and to me, this is more. It's more about collaboration. It's more about talking. Just stack it. I do want to talk to you. Because you know I had sent that email. No. We had sent some email discussion about some stuff that we were looking at doing, and so I want to talk to him about that. So when we get ready to shift on over, I want to chat with you for a few moments. Also, I did want to say that your lighting on this last video was much better. Did you film it during the day?
Yeah. Yeah, during the day with the light was actually good outside. Yeah, it was well, and I color grade too, so I'm always trying to balance how the light is with the color grade, and it's one of those things that eventually I'll get down, and I have the paint now to repaint this wall to where it's not this ugly brown color. But yeah, it's something I'm trying to work on.
I got you.
I like that. It looks nice with your Dark.
It's too much brown. It's
think
just
so?
you can't do anything with it.
I
It's
don't know. It just looks like old. You know what I mean? It looks.
it is old. I
Well,
haven't
it's
done
not
much to
old
this
and
house
ugly.
since I bought it. So
It looks like. I don't know. I just like it. You know what I mean?
it's they're the old like what I forget what they're called. It's like concrete walls.
Oh yeah.
It's not block, but it's like some
Like a
kind of plaster and
Yeah.
a plaster and laugh. I think that's it. And so there's not much you can do with them. It's just kind of horrible.
Oh, what's that other stuff? It's kind of fancy. A Venetian plaster or something like that, where you have designs in the actual. Yeah.
Yeah, I got 12 people in the participants list.
No,
Everybody put something in chat right now.
So we got 19
Jason, thank
people
you.
on, if not more. So
Yeah.
if you haven't already done
Hey,
so,
Gary
please
G.
go enter something in the chat.
Minnesota
I want
Matt.
everybody able to do this. I'm going to go ahead and throw this up.
I got Annette, Bill, Coin Junkie, David Carlisle, Doug, and I got you, Frostbite, John Howe, John Chum, Kerry Z, Minnesota Matt, Paul Casper, Philip, and Siren. Anybody else want in, please put something in chat.
How about Duke?
Just acting, you want in?
No, I got a whole bag just like he does.
I know, you can always give it away, right? But it's up to you.
Well, yeah, I'll be fun. I got 5,000 of my own
Okay.
to go through.
All right, I give everyone a fair warning, fair chance. All
And
right.
again,
Yeah.
this is one of those things that if you win it and you know somebody that doesn't have one, share the love. Give it to a new
There you
numismatist,
go.
right? Give it to somebody who doesn't have something. So this
Yeah.
is something that George is big on. It's something I believe in as well. So make sure that you know, even if it's not something that you want, there. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
no, that isn't nothing. Man, I saw 24. I got really excited for a minute. You know, make sure you put in, because again, you can give this to somebody who's new.
There, I just
And-
put him in. His name is Just Have Too Many.
Love you, George, dude. That's hilarious.
333, is that good?
333. That works for me.
All right.
Okay, final chance.
60
If
minutes.
anybody wants
We're gonna be here
in.
forever.
Okay, how many times you gonna run it?
3 minutes, 33 seconds. How many shuffle chat? First one to put an upper number in, I'll
1 million.
Okay, so the one.
one. All right,
One.
one it is. One shuffle.
Okay, good luck, everybody.
69, Paul says.
Look at the little ducky. Wow, wee, wow.
All right, good luck, everybody.
Phil, 3.14.
Ding, 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 ding. I'm
Go
the only
duck.
one not in there, so I forgot
I want
myself.
those ducks tested.
Well, if Frostbite wins, then it goes to George.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't want it.
George, I think you
'Cause-
got a buddy.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh,
ding,
you know what we'll
ding.
do? If I win, I'll take a random small bag like this. See the size of that? There's about
Yeah.
30 coins in there.
Oh.
If I win, everybody in chat can email me and I'll send everybody one of these.
Oh,
Jeez.
snap. Look at you.
Okay? Only if I win.
All right,
Okay,
everyone, I'm gonna
so-
start the race
Frostbite.
over again. I'm gonna
No, I
put
really
just
want to.
Frostbite in the race.
George got jokes.
Sorry, that's not a joke, man. That's
Only you, George.
why win, George gets it. Paul Casper, I have more wheat sense than I don't even know what to say. Damn, man, I don't. I'm good, brother, but I really appreciate it, my friend. I really do.
Come on, punk rock, Queen Junkie.
You know, that's somebody I haven't seen. Where's Panucci?
Nucci. I don't know where he is. I haven't heard from him today, actually. Now that I think about it.
I'm supposed to call him. We're supposed to set up an interview.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of which, who's up next? Yeah, is Mike P up next?
So, well, I think what I'm going to do is,
I know I got to get a hold of you about that too, buddy.
yeah, but you know what I was thinking about? So, you guys, there's like 3 or 4 of you that you're always together on streams.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking about interviewing you, Panucci, and Nick Molnar all at the same time.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That'd be pretty cool. That would make it pretty interesting too. I would think.
I think it would be a lot of fun because we could talk about, because we got, you know, people up north. We got, but you guys, 1916. Nice. I'm really actually quite happy with this bag, like extremely happy with this bag.
Heck yeah.
You know what you should do if you ever get bored? You should just start. YouTube has the podcast option now, the video podcast option now, to where you can designate when you upload. It's a podcast, so you know, do with that what you will. But you could have like an open, not open completely, but like an open panel podcast where like week to week you just, you know, you have your email out there, people email you, you invite them on, and you know, you can have multiple people do like a little 1-2 hour podcast, and then you know, the lineup would change regularly from different people coming up. That'd be a really good thing.
Sure.
That's cool. Let's brainstorm. Uh-oh.
All right.
Matt's dropping back, so that means I think we're going to see a.
Paul, oh,
I think we're going to see a poll.
Coin Junkie, Junkie.
Oh, look at this! Look at this!
Oh,
Look at this!
Look what happened! Ding, 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 ding.
All right,
you're screwed.
so
Oh, look at that!
everybody,
Oh, you.
everybody
Oh, you crazy
Get
son of a bitch.
a small bag of wheat cents. So
What are the odds?
Thank
I
Christ,
think
man,
they're
that you
pretty
don't have
freaking
60
cool.
people in here right now.
well, if I had 60 people, I wouldn't have done it. But there's 14 people that are in the race. So this is what I need you to do. Go to my page. Go to the about. Yeah, exactly, David. Rigged. Exactly.
Listen, if you have
Ooh,
several
lucky
people in
13.
Canada, mail them all to me and I'll send them out.
All right. So
Okay.
I take this list, George, and send it to me so that I can verify it. But if you want those wheat cents in my channel, go to my about me,
Very
and
cool.
my email is there. Send me an email. Okay. And I will send those off. I think that is freaking amazing.
Hey, Nick. Mr. Molnard in the house.
And everybody's seen what I pulled out of here.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
pulled.
are they random?
Say
You
again.
just handed out random coins?
I'm just reaching in and going to put them in the bag.
There you go.
You might want to just take a look. Just in.
No,
I don't care
I'm
what anyone
just
says.
gonna,
I know he's going to because I would have to, just in case.
no, I'm just going to reach in. I'm going to put them out there, and I'm just going to send them off because, you know, I mean, why not?
All right.
Coin Junkie finds a 14D.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right, let me go and
that would be my luck. But
grab.
you know what? That's okay.
Uh-oh. I think we got Hackett in the mood to search for
You said 30? I'm just going to look through like a small handful.
That's friend.
1918S is the first one I pulled out.
Feel free
Yeah,
to
I'm telling you, man. When you look at, hey, Nick, I think
1926,
Nick's ears were burning.
1917. Yeah, these are good bags.
Yeah,
Heck
really, really good bags. Now, I've gone through this last handful that I've done has been mainly 40s and 50s,
Uh-huh.
but the handful that I grabbed before was mainly 20s and 30s.
Wow.
So it really just, and you guys have seen me put the coins here in front of me, pick them up, and then put them on the scope. So
Mhm.
you all have seen this. I am flabbergasted that we found two 1909s. That just blows my mind.
Yeah, I haven't found one of those yet. Not in this bag.
Well, and they were within, I mean,
What two hands?
I'm at maybe 9 rolls open, 10 rolls. So there is no telling what can come in these bags.
All right, here I just sent you the list. Okay.
You emailed it to me?
Yeah, I just emailed it to you.
All right, appreciate it. So it's up to you, for those folks that you were there, it's up to you to email me. And again, go to my YouTube page, click on the About Me, and then my email is there. And then if your name's on this list, then I will send you, and I'll just throw them in there. I don't know what you're going to get, but
Here, I believe you got them from Big Flip.
I did get them from Big Flip. Yes.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in these, especially if you're just grabbing randomly. I mean, I had an Indian head in mine. It had a hole in it, but it was in good shape. Book fill it at least.
Yeah, and I've gotten a couple of them that are actually they're red brown, but they're really nice.
Yeah, there's some decent ones in there.
So like this is a really good looking coin.
Mhm.
And mine on my scope, if it looks metallic, you know it's shiny. We've talked about this, Matt, in the past.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you still having a problem with your scope, are you? Yeah.
I have tried to figure out the white balance on this, and I have just not been successful.
Yeah.
Um,
You will though. If you keep working on it, hopefully it'll.
Have you tried changing the background like we talked about?
well, yeah, and so here I'll show you what
I
happens.
always found that the lighting is just something, and it's.
I don't know. Well, and with my scope, you have a separate set
Hey,
of
Jody.
color. Is it separate from the ones in your computer or your screen?
So here, if I put it on a white background, you see how the white balance is off. Now it does look more coppery,
yeah.
right? But if I go out, this tells you that it's the white balance. That is a white piece of paper, but
Yeah.
look at how blue that looks.
Yeah. Do you have a white piece of paper handy that you can grab a hold of right now?
Me,
Yeah.
that's what this is on. That's what this
I
pen
know,
is
but I
on.
just want to know if you get one in your hand and move it around where the light's coming down, it'll make it,
type of light
it should
that's-
make a difference. And you'll find that sweet spot where the color will be like perfect.
But see, watch. So when I come in here, you see how that changes?
Yep.
And that's the problem I'm running into.
Yeah. Put the coin down on something and then hold the paper onto the sides and go to this side and that side with the paper and see what it does to the lighting on the coin. Kind of like use it as a reflector. You know?
So if I do that, I get much more of a copper colored look.
Yeah.
But you can tell that it's not quite the right dimension. So if I take, you said, put the white piece of paper.
Yeah, just hold it sideways and just go around to each side of where the light is and see what different.
Yeah, it looks like the light to the right has a better color than the whatever light's coming from the left.
Yeah, so it's because I have an incandescent light over on that side.
Oh, Nick says he's kind of he's a pitcher guy.
Well,
Flat
and it
pitcher.
has to do with the white balance, but the problem is I don't have. I don't know if I can find the software, but I need the software. I need white balancing software for this particular scope because the settings don't have it. You can change color temperature.
Yeah.
So I can change my color temperature, but that doesn't change the white balance.
Mm.
And so I can make the coin look warmer, but then all it does is it ends up making it look more metallic in the long run.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
But cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing the flood of emails. I hope I do.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
that's nice. That's very cool of you.
I was
And
like,
amazing that you won your own giveaway.
well, I mean, yeah, you know, that
If I
just,
said that and I won, I would be kicking myself in the butt right now.
Didn't you
I'm
say
just saying.
no, well, it seems to be his week. Or he
well,
won-
but the thing is that, so
It's not because of the coins, it's just because
Ooh,
of all the
Woody.
shipping.
Nick's like, what email? You were not here, brother, unfortunately.
Oh yes, Nick missed it. Nick,
So,
we had a race, and then he said if he wins, he's going to give away a little baggie, like the size the baggies I use.
Yeah,
Little
of
baggie
all
full of
silver
wheat
coins.
cents to everybody in the race, and he won.
so everybody going to get some pennies.
Everybody gets like a roll or so of pennies, something like that. Anyway,
Which I'm really cool with because, you know, I mean, it's about sharing the love. And
no,
one
that
thing
is it's very cool, brother.
one thing about this hobby is karma is the master. And
Yeah.
anybody who says that coin karma doesn't exist hasn't been in it very long because
Wait
it's
till you see
amazing.
what Carrie Baxter sent me.
What did
It-
Carrie Baxter send you?
You'll see on my live stream. I'll show you everybody.
Oh, cool.
What you win over at Frostbite?
You broke up a little there, bud. Say that again.
What you win over at Ida's?
Oh, see, that's funny too because that's the first time I've ever won on her channel, and I won everything.
Yeah, you were.
You won everything.
Yeah, so Ida has a morning channel, and she does.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, John, for throwing that in there. Appreciate it. You made it too easy for everybody.
Yeah. Job, John.
No, I'm good with that. And so she does trivia, and so if you get your trivia, and she rolls a dice,
Oh yeah.
and if you get it right, then you put your name on this card. You choose a number, and then
Yeah.
at the end, she rolls numbers, and then you make a determination. Is it so? There's like 11 numbers or 10 numbers, and they choose top down. So is it 3-2? Is it 2-5? Is it 1-9? Is it 9-1? Is it 0-3? Whatever. So then you choose, and then they find out who the winner is. So on the one that we did, they picked my name for the first one
Nice.
because I had won a spot in trivia, and then she rolled it, and then she drew my name. But then they continue to do trivia, and then if you get to 5 correct answers, you automatically win trivia. And so I got 5 answers, but it's not just like getting 5 answers right. You have to get 5 answers right, and then you have to get lucky and have them roll the die
Sure.
for your number. And so I won everything today.
Nice.
Like what?
So-
What was everything?
It was a bag of silver that had been created. I don't know what it's molded into. There were a bunch of random things in the bag. She didn't open it, so I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And then she put in a 1938 like AU details Walker half,
Nice. 1938.
something like that.
Jeez.
And that was from Miss Coin Crew had been the one to donate that one.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So it's not a junk coin.
Nope. And
Well,
hopefully,
that's very cool.
that would be a nice.
You might even have some stuff in there that I sent her. I sent her a big bag there a couple months ago.
Yeah, I don't remember who donated it. Hold on just a minute. Let me check my emails. I haven't. I'm still looking at coins.
Ding, 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 ding. How's Nick doing today? I haven't talked to Nick in a while, so I don't know.
All right, Paul Casper, gotcha. John Chum, gotcha. Carrie Z, gotcha. Annette Eastman, I haven't seen your email yet.
Look in the junk. Look in the junk.
I am not looking in her trunk.
I'll look. Come here, Annette.
Yeah.
I don't see it yet, but let me look in the spam folder.
George,
Nope. And I've emailed you before, Annette, so you should have me in there.
do
So
you have
give it a few minutes. We'll see.
any
If it doesn't happen, I got your information, Annette.
I picked up a box of toonies today, Nick, and a box of nickels. And unfortunately, I already had this exact same box. I guess the bank shipped it over from the other bank I dump at. I should have checked before I left, but I got 22 rolls of pennies, so I wasn't thinking straight. And
Ooh, what is that? Hold on. Let's go look at this. No Coin Junkie, throw that back up there.
which one? This one?
Yeah, fractional dollar.
Yeah, Canadian
1923, isn't it?
This one, yes.
Yeah.
And then I also have the slightly older one, the 1900.
Yeah, what's that? 1900.
Yeah.
And they didn't make quarters back then, so they made the bills.
Yeah. I think they call them shim plasters. The story that I hear or I read on online is that they used to stuff their boots with these because it was the lowest form of denomination, and it gets cold in the winter, so you got to stuff it with something. So they're called shin plasters.
Shin plasters, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I thought the shin plasters
never
were
heard
bigger. But no, that may be, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, it's one of the little stories. I don't know if it's true or not. It's just something I heard, and I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, no hurry on that, brother. Whenever. I am in no hurry.
Yeah.
It's all good.
See, I thought I never knew anything about them until Silver Bowl 30 sent me one last year.
Oh, man, I heard Super Bowl 30, and I was like, what in the world does Super Bowl 30 have to do with coins?
Silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised. I never knew anything about it, and then he sent me one. I was very happy to get it. Actually, very happy.
What are we missing in my Merc book?
Check this out, Nick. Bank teller give this to me today.
I love that coin. That's awesome.
He's lying, Nick. He bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I found just one too, but it's got a nasty scratch going right through the middle. I would have.
Yeah, this one's in really good condition. It's got a little tiny chip in it.
Oh, hey, you know what? While I'm thinking about it, hold on just a sec. Hey, Anna, I never did ask you. You got all those Indian head scents that I sent you in a bag. Did you ever find anything fun out of that bag?
Anna.
What else can we share with
I know, Nick.
What else?
That's another. There actually are some very nice coins in this set. Most of them are whatever, but every once in a while you run across something that's really nice.
Oh yeah.
Well, I am going to wrap this one up.
For sure, buddy. Thank you for having us up.
Yep, I got a few more I'm going to go through.
Mm-hmm.
But George, you're getting ready to go live, right?
Yeah, I'll set it up right now if you wanna. Give me
Go set it up, and then I want everybody to go over and let's crash his party. Let's move that on over there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming up. I've had a lot of fun tonight. This was kind of really an impromptu thing. We got 22 people. If you haven't already done so, do me a favor, just to kind of help the chat out and the flow of things. Make sure you've entered something into chat. Make sure you smash that like button. If any of you aren't subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you would. If you haven't, then that's okay. I'm not requiring anything of anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But you all take care.
Awesome.
And
all right, I'll see you guys over there, everybody.
Yeah,
yeah,
buddy.
we'll see you over at George's here in maybe 10 minutes?
Yeah, give me 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. I'll hang on, and then we'll just come straight over.
Thanks.
All right. Take care, guys.
Take it easy, junkie.
Yeah, are you gonna be going live anytime soon?
No, I don't have any coins. I got to go to the bank tomorrow and see what I can get. I did some searching on my own
Sure.
without live streams. 2 boxes of halves, skunk on both. Like 3 or 4 boxes of quarters, 2 boxes of nickels. Like the boxes have been really dry, and I got some from Chicago while I was up there, and they were dry too. So just it's been a rough couple of weeks as far as the coin roll hunting.
Sure. Well, the nature of the beast, right? Sometimes you do well, sometimes you don't, right? And
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's still fun either way, but it's upsetting to get that many halves and not to find any silver.
all right, boys, I'll see you around. Have a good one.
All right, Coin Junkie, have a good one. Thanks for coming up.
All right,
right.
Frostbite. It's you and me.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a good one, and we will catch you on the flip side. And again, if you haven't emailed me, it's shame on you because there is a bag of pennies heading your way. All right, y'all take care. And again, 5 minutes, go over to Found It Buried. Let's visit them over there. Out.